What would it take for an entire town to vanish? No bodies, no warning, no explanation. In 1590, Governor John White returned to the Roanoke Colony on the coast of North Carolina after 3 years away. 115 settlers, including his own daughter and granddaughter, had been waiting for him. They were gone. Every single one of them. And the only clue left behind was a single word carved into a post. Croatoan. This mystery has haunted historians for over 400 years. Today, we finally go looking for answers. To understand what happened, you first need to understand why they were there. It's 1587. England is in a colonial arms race with Spain. Queen Elizabeth I wants a permanent English foothold in the New World, a settlement in territory Spain has been claiming for decades. Enter Sir Walter Raleigh. He was given a royal charter to make it happen, and he chose Roanoke Island, a small strip of land on the outer banks of what is now North Carolina. But this wasn't Raleigh's first attempt. In 1585, he had sent a group of men to Roanoke. That colony failed within a year. Low food, violent conflict with local tribes. The settlers abandoned the island and sailed home. Raleigh tried again. In 1587, he sent 115 settlers, this time including women and children. That was deliberate. Families meant permanence. This wasn't an expedition. This was meant to be a civilization. Leading them was John White, a skilled artist, a cartographer, and a man who had already visited Roanoke once before. And on August 18th, 1587, just weeks after the colony landed, something remarkable happened. Eleanor Dare, John White's own daughter, gave birth to a baby girl. She named her Virginia Dare, the first English child ever born in the Americas. Think about that. An entire community with every reason to hope. A new world, a new beginning. So what happened to all of them? Just weeks after Virginia Dare's birth, the colony's supplies were running dangerously low. Someone needed to sail back to England. John White, the governor, the father, the grandfather, reluctantly agreed to go. He promised to return within the year. He never made it back on time. Because back in England, everything was falling apart. It was 1588. The Spanish Armada, the most powerful naval fleet ever assembled, was bearing down on England's shores. Queen Elizabeth froze every ship in port. Every vessel was needed for the war. John White was trapped. He wouldn't return to Roanoke for 3 years. When he finally sailed back in August of 1590, he arrived during a violent storm. The seas were rough. His first landing attempt failed. One of his crew drowned trying to reach shore. But they made it. And when White walked into the settlement, what he found stopped him cold. The colony was deserted. Every single person was gone. But there were no bodies, no signs of attack, no blood, no scattered belongings. The houses had been carefully dismantled, not destroyed, removed brick by brick, log by log, as if the colonists had packed up and left of their own free will. And then he saw it, carved into a wooden post near the entrance of the settlement. Croatoan. On a nearby tree, only 3 letters. C-R-O. Before leaving, White had made an agreement with the colonists. If they had to relocate, they would carve their destination. If they were in danger, they would carve a cross above it. No cross was found. So White believed the colonists had moved willingly to Croatoan Island, roughly 50 miles south, an island home to a friendly Native American tribe. He tried to sail there immediately. A violent storm damaged his ships. He was forced to turn back for England. He never returned. And the 115 colonists of Roanoke, including baby Virginia Dare, were never seen again. If this case already has you hooked, subscribe to Mystic Rabbit. Every week, a new mystery. Every week, another rabbit hole. Now, let's get into the theories. Historians and archaeologists have been debating this for over 400 years. There are 4 main theories. Theory 1. Assimilation. This is the most widely accepted explanation among historians today. The Croatoan tribe, led by a chief named Manteo, had a long and friendly relationship with the English settlers. Manteo had actually travelled to England twice before the colony was established. The theory: when supplies ran low and White didn't return, the colonists moved south to Croatoan Island, now called Hatteras Island, and integrated into the tribe. There is actual evidence to support this. In the early 1700s, explorer John Lawson reported that the Hatteras people, believed to be descendants of the Croatoan, claimed their ancestors could talk in a book. English-speaking ancestors. He also noted that several tribe members had grey eyes, an unusual trait at the time. And in 2012, researchers discovered a hidden patch on a 16th century map, a paper overlay concealing a secret fort symbol in the mainland interior. The location matches where surviving colonists might have moved. No dramatic ending, no massacre, just survival through adaptation. But not everyone believes it. Theory 2. Massacre. Some historians believe the colonists were attacked and killed, either by a rival Native American nation or by Spanish forces who had been watching English expansion with growing hostility. In 1607, Jamestown colonists heard reports that survivors from Roanoke had been living among a Native American settlement called Okanahonan, until a powerful chief named Powhatan ordered their execution. Powhatan reportedly admitted to it himself, claiming he had killed most of the settlers and kept a small number as captives. If true, 115 men, women, and children were executed on the order of a chief who viewed them as a political threat. But no physical evidence of a massacre has ever been found. No mass graves, no weapons, no remains. Theory 3. Starvation and dispersal. A third theory: the colony fell apart from the inside. Archaeological research and tree ring data confirm that the late 1580s brought one of the worst droughts in the American Southeast in over 800 years. No rain, no crops, no food. Facing starvation, the colonists may have split into small groups, some moving inland to join native tribes, others attempting to sail home in small boats and dying at sea. This theory doesn't offer a single answer. It offers many. Scattered deaths, scattered lives, absorbed into a continent too vast to leave a clear record. Theory 4. Something else. And then there are the details harder to explain. The word Croatoan has appeared in strange places throughout American history. Carved on a bedpost in the hotel room where Edgar Allan Poe died. Found near the site of other mysterious disappearances. Some researchers believe the word carried a meaning beyond a place name. A warning, a symbol, something passed down through generations. Others point to oral traditions among Native American tribes that describe pale strangers arriving in the wilderness, people who could never be fully accounted for. 400 years, thousands of researchers, and the colony has never been found. So, what really happened? The evidence points most convincingly toward assimilation. The carved word, the friendly relationship with the Croatoan people, the complete absence of violence. And perhaps most telling, the houses were dismantled, not destroyed. People fleeing a massacre don't take down their own walls. The colonists moved. They survived. They built new lives among the Croatoan people, and those lives were eventually absorbed into history. But here's what haunts me about this case. Even if that's true, even if those 115 people found safety and built new lives, we will almost certainly never know their full story. Virginia Dare, the first English child born in America, would have grown up speaking Croatoan. She would have learned their customs, their language, their world. What did she become? What did she witness? What did she know? Those answers are gone forever. And that may be the most chilling thing about Roanoke. Not that they died, but that they may have lived, and the world simply forgot them. What do you think happened to the lost colony of Roanoke? Did they assimilate with the Croatoan people? Were they attacked? Or is there something historians still haven't uncovered? Drop your theory in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to go deeper on history's most chilling unsolved mysteries, subscribe to Mystic Rabbit. New mysteries every week. See you in the next one.